it's so fantastic here. It's such a gorgeous morning. We have this red sky up there. We have this calm water down there. It's absolutely amazing. Hi my friends, nice to see you. Today I'm really excited because tomorrow morning I await a dramatic red sky in this area, and currently I'm looking for a composition to get this dramatic sky into my composition and hopefully to get a really great photograph finally. So let's go. I found already one possible spot for a telephoto, but to be honest, there were so many crowds and I didn't feel all too comfortable to vlog beside them, so I also didn't search for a composition already, so I thought I will go more backwards to another spot what I already had in my mind, and I will have a look there for a composition for a wide angle photo. And maybe when we go backwards, I will have a look for the teleshot then. So to plan this for tomorrow morning, as already mentioned, we have really great conditions tomorrow morning. Hopefully it's never 100% thing, but it doesn't look all too bad because we have high level clouds. This is not the most dramatic way to get a red sky, but it's a more secure way to get it. And we will also have some mid-level clouds, not all too much, but some, and they all will, usually they concentrate at the highest point around, and this is exactly my subject for today. It's a mountain which is the highest point around, and let's have a look.
This world that was my surroundings, my heart screamed out for more. It's the storm inside that's breaking my heart each morning while it keeps it going. It's been driving my life into both joy and sorrow, and there's still a long way to go.
So I'm here now in a spot where I've been many times already. I think I come here already for more than 20 years. I think even more maybe. Always came with my wife and my children here for a picnic or for a hike. It's really a magical place. And I thought to take the photograph here in this area here tomorrow. We have the mountain back there. It's currently covered with clouds, so we can't see it all too good. We just see a tiny bit of it. But the problem is we have too many distracting elements here. Maybe it were possible to find a foreground. I think this were definitely not the problem. There are so many rocks lying here. But I have really a problem with finding a fitting midground what connects our foreground with the distance subject. Because usually here is a lake. It's not really a lake, it's more a flooding, and we have fantastic reflections, and the most of the rocks where we are here standing now are below the surface, and so we don't have so many distracting elements. The snow helps a little bit, of course, because it hides many of these distracting elements, but obviously there are too many things. Here is too much going on here, and it's really difficult to find here a working composition with a wide angle lens. So I think it is really better to go back to the lake where I've been already. It's more in this direction, and I will concentrate to my teleshot then, because it doesn't make all too much sense to search for a composition here when there's officially no really chance to get one, really fantastic one. You can always take any photograph, of course, but this is not what I want to do. I want to take a really great photo. But when I see that there are too many things going on here, it doesn't make all too much sense, to be honest. What a fantastic place. The clouds are coming over the mountain up there. Absolutely gorgeous. Here you can see it. So I found the composition now for tomorrow morning, and we have this fantastic view here over this lake, back to this fantastic mountain, but is currently covered with the clouds, so we can't see it obviously. But tomorrow morning we also will have some mid-level clouds, so it could be that there will be some clouds in front, but I think not all too much, I hope so. And in the sky we will have amazing reds, and I also think that they will be reflected down to the lake. I think the reds will be more back there at the mountain, and this will also reflect to the snow everywhere here. So this could look really fantastic. And everywhere in the lake here we have these fantastic reflections from the mountains. I think you can see it here. I use these rich reflections as leading elements back to our mountain, because I think I will not include all too much from the shoreline, although they look really fantastic with all these curves back there. But it's difficult to find a balance here. When I take all these lines here on the left into the frame, I should have a balance. This could mean that I also have to include the lines from the other side, so I had to go more into this direction, but I didn't find a really composition what I really love. I love this one more here. So I will get this depth through these lines in the reflection, and also through the atmospheric conditions what we hopefully will have tomorrow. I will go back now, and tomorrow morning I will be here, and I hope, usually there are lots of photographers. Tomorrow is Sunday, and usually there are really many photographers here, so I will be early enough. I want exactly to have this position here, not a few meters more there or there. This is that position I want to have. It's the best possibility for my reflections and so on, and also for the morning red in interaction with the mountain. I think this is the best spot here. And if I'm not the fastest tomorrow morning, I'm not sure what I will do. Plan B maybe were to go a little bit more there, but the composition were not really that balanced as it were possible here. So I really hope that we will get this position tomorrow morning. A very good morning. It's not the next day, to be honest. It's already 3 days ago that I was here, and the reason for that is I know I said it are secure conditions when you have high level clouds for getting a red sky, but the amount of high level clouds was not all too much, and it moved more to the north and east, and so we didn't have it over our subject where we really needed to get a red sky. And I saw this in the weather maps when I came home and decided then not to go out, because usually the weather maps are calculated all 6 hours, and the closer it gets to the reality, the higher is the chance that it will be really that what is predicted. So I decided not to go here and observe the weather maps next days, and came back today. And to be honest, the conditions today are really difficult to predict, because we don't have high level clouds, we have mid-level clouds, and this is at a height from around 2,000 to 6,000 meters sea level, and our mountain is around 3,000 meters. So when these are more lower mid-level clouds, it could be that our mountain will be covered with the clouds, and it will be difficult that the clouds are illuminated by the sun. They have to be illuminated from below. I know this sounds crazy, but our planet is round, so the clouds will be illuminated from below when you have red sky. But we also have some low level clouds predicted, but I think that they are behind the mountain. So when the clouds are too low, it will not work. When there are clouds between the sun and our mountain, behind the mountain, it will not work. But I think, I looked already at the sky, I can't see anything now in the moment because of the light. I'm here beside a big drop down here. I have to be careful here not to fall down. But I think it doesn't look all too bad. The only problem what could be is that the clouds resolve too fast, and this is what is predicted, that they resolve before the sun goes up. But we will see. I decided anyway to come out, because when it gets to work, we will have an amazing red sky with dramatic structure up in the sky, with maybe such kind of fluffy clouds which are red, and I'm not sure what will happen today. Let's have a look. So I think meanwhile you should be able to see me also without light. It got really brighter now, and now you can see, I hope you can see these reds up there over the mountain. I'm not 100% sure. It's such a small display. But it's absolutely amazing. It's so fantastic here. It's such a gorgeous morning. We have this red sky up there. We have this calm water down there. It's absolutely amazing. And I make some exposures now, because the sky changes so fast, and we get different shapes of clouds. We also have a little gap up there, what is not the best, but now it's closing a little bit, so it looks really pretty good. So we have really these fantastic conditions. We have the clouds up there and the sun is shining from below to them, and has a long way through the atmosphere. It loses all the blues there through a scattering effect, and so we have only these reds here. We have some fluffy clouds up there in the sky. There were also fluffy clouds in the beginning over the mountain, but they got more compact. And I think this really accentuates our subject, the mountain. This is really great in this case. What a fantastic morning. The second phase of red sky is still starting now. We get fantastic reds now on the clouds up there. I make some exposures now. This happens really fast now. So a few seconds ago I only saw one little cloud with red up there, and meanwhile on the left, I hope you are able to see this, on the left beside this big mountain we have more clouds now which are red, and I hope that it will go over to the right, and I see it now that it comes over. We have really this contrast between dark grey clouds and these fantastic strong saturated red clouds. It looks absolutely amazing. So it's really a good idea to make more exposures, because the clouds move and also the colors change. Now we have really from the left to the right everything red, but only back there at the mountain, and this is really fantastic because it accentuates our mountain. Now also behind the mountain in this gap on the left, it's gorgeous. So this is really an important phase. We have to take more exposures here, because this phase of reds up there on the clouds doesn't last all too long. A few minutes, then everything is over. And I want to have the right constellations of the clouds and the reds. And so you don't know if there will come a better constellation after you have done your click. So it's really a great idea to take more exposures and decide at home on your computer which exposure you will take. It's so fantastic. We also have a little bit of fog down at the mountain. This is really fantastic in our midground, because there are more concepts how you can work with your midground, and one possibility is that you have something that blocks the sight, and I think this really could work great because we have straight lines back there, and this would break us a little bit in our flow. So I'm really happy with this. Absolutely gorgeous.